Oh, hello everyone. I am Bubbly Cat. And today I'm doing a cube collection video. So let's start off with the first cube that I got. Just give me 1 second. I have to find it. Here it is. The Rubik's brand. I think this is the Rubik's brand 2.0, I think. It's really broken in, so the turning definitely has gotten better. It's still very loud. So yeah, that's this one. Up next is the second cube that I got, the newer Rubik's brand. See, the logo is a bit different. Yeah. Whoops. This one is not as broken in, so the turning's not as good. This one's also very loud. Up next is the first speed cube that I got. My dog got to it. It's a bit broken, but it still gets the job done. It still turns pretty good. Loud though. Up next is this. I think it's either the Meilong or... No, I think I got this in this set of Moyu cubes, like a 2x2 through 5x5. So yeah. Yeah, turning's okay. Next is my 4x4 that I got in that same Moyu set. The turning is not very good. It's not very good with corner cutting at all. The inner layers are a lot better than the outer layers, but yeah. Up next is my 5x5 that came in that same set. The shades are different, and that bothers me. This is the only one with different shades that I have. This one has different shades. It came in the same set. That annoys me. It turns a little bit better than the 4x4, but not much better. The outer layer's worse than the 4x4 because of the horrible corner cutting it has. So yeah. Up next is my 2x2. This is a really good 2x2. It came in the same set, of course. And the corner cutting is really good. That's expected with the 2x2. The reverse corner cutting is not as good. But it turns really good. I really like this 2x2. Up next is my Scube Extreme. My sister peeled out the stickers. Yeah, and so I'm gonna have to like re-sticker it or something. Pretty loud with the clicky magnets. It's good that it has magnets, but they're too loud. Up next is this thing. I don't know what it's called, but I got it from the shop called It's Your Move. I solved it on after 3 days of having it or something like that. Don't really remember, but it's a pretty easy thing to solve. Like once you got it, you could probably remember it. So yeah. Up next is this thing that I got from the dollar store. It solves in the same way, except it in the same way as that green cube I just showed you. Except this one is a little bit harder because these things are a lot looser and they come apart really easily. Up next is this thing. Don't know what it's called. I think it's made by Rubik's. Sometimes when I'm turning it, these little tiles will pop out, but that's not a big deal because I don't really play with this one that much. But it's still a nice thing to have in my collection. Up next is this thing. I don't know what it's called, and yes, this is real. I don't forgot what it's called, but turning's not super good, and it kind of feels awkward to hold in your hands. But it's fine. Yeah, turning's pretty good, but it's just not good with the corner cutting. There's this. Forgot what it's called too. I don't even know who made it. but it's really good. It turns pretty well, so that's all I know. It's not super hard, but it's not super easy either. Up next is the floppy cube. This is a Rubik's brand floppy cube, so it'll get all locked up sometimes. Turning's not great, but it's Rubik's. It's what you should expect. But it's a shape-shifting floppy cube, so that's cool. It's a fun one to solve. It's not super hard, but not super easy either. Up next is this thing. I think it's called the windmill. I don't know, cause like, when you do that, it's like the shape of a windmill. Checkerboard. Yes. Yeah, the turning on this one is pretty good. Not gonna lie, it's really good. It just feels awkward to hold in your hands and to turn. But yeah, super fast. There it is. Up next is this thingy. Don't know what it's called, but the checkerboard pattern looks kind of awkward on it. See, look at that. Weird. But turning on this one's pretty good too. Same with the windmill. I think that's what it's called. I don't know for sure. Can you guys tell me what this thing is called? I don't know. But the turning's really fast, really good. Pretty good. Up next is this thing. I forgot what this is called too. Yeah, I think it's called the axle. Not too sure. But I have solved it before. It solves just like a 3x3. The turning is okay. It's not the best turning in the world, definitely not. But it's good. Yes, there's this thing. It's like a 3x3 dodecahedron, but what's difficult about this one, it has two sides of each color. So when you turn it like this, that white side's solved, but that's not solved. But you just have to turn it like that. So yeah, difficult. One of the hardest 3x3s I have. But another super hard 3x3 mod is the Ghost Cube. This thing is so difficult. I don't know why. It's literally just a 3x3, but so difficult. I got another Ghost Cube. Same brand. I got a gear ball. You guys already know that because I made a tutorial on how to solve this. Really easy to solve. I figured it out in like the first 20 minutes. I have my own. I think that's the method that people have for solving it that I figured out, but I'm not too sure. I could have come up with my own method, but I don't know. Up next is the mirror cube. Stickers off, of course. It still solves in the same way. I did a little tensioning on this because it wasn't turning very fast, but still not super impressive. But this isn't the one that I like to speed solve. This is just one that's kind of fun to solve. Next is my 7x7. Yup. This is the Maylong 7x7. I know that for sure. It's been really broken in. It's really good. Don't have much to say about it, except it's a 7x7 and it's a Maylong, so you should expect to get a few pops on this. I've only gotten one though, because this isn't one that I speed solve on, because don't want to get a pop. Up next is the 9x9. I don't have a 6x6 or a 8x8. I'm probably gonna get one soon, but my 9x9 is scrambled at the moment because I scrambled it yesterday for like the 10th time, but I haven't taken the time to solve it yet. But it's brand new. I got it for Christmas. It's not super good with the turning because it hasn't been broken in. The inner layers are, of course, the worst at the turning, but it's a good puzzle. It's pretty time consuming for me, but it's a good puzzle. It's nice to have. Up next is my Killaminx. This one is pretty good turning too. It just feels a little awkward to hold in my hands, considering I'm used to solving 3x3s all day. Yeah, it's a Killaminx. Yep, I don't have a Megaminx because it got stolen. I used to have a Megaminx actually, but it got stolen, of course, because it looks intriguing. But yeah. Up next is the Ready Cube. This is a pretty easy solve. I don't think you really need to know how to solve a 3x3 to solve this, but it's definitely easier if you know how to solve a 3x3. Sorry about that. Yeah, with the Ready Cube, it's a Ready Cube. Up next is my Pyraminx. It's just a regular Mefferts Pyraminx. Nothing really special about it. It's just a Pyraminx. So yeah, it doesn't really do anything special. It's a Pyraminx. Yeah. Up next is my Ivy Cube. This one again got chewed by my dog. Little sticker right there. This one pretty quiet. Then I've got this. It's like a Ready Cube. Wait, no, Ivy Cube on steroids. Its turning isn't very good. It's loud too. It's like, see, look, like it's like, where's the orange? There it is. Yes. It's like a Ivy Cube. You could do sort of like the same patterns with it. Like, you got that, and you could do the same thing. Because it's like an Ivy Cube. Again, it's definitely harder than the Ivy Cube, that's for sure. Because it's got a whole other layer that can turn. Like, is that a layer? I don't know, but it's really hard. Yeah. Up next is the X Cube. Yes, my second loudest cube. Very loud. It's pretty easy to solve. It's not super hard. Very loud layer. Up next is the X2, or they changed the name, so it's called the X Cube Master. This is my loudest. Yeah, very loud. Pretty loud. This one is a little bit harder than the X Cube because it's got another layer, but literally all you have to do to solve it is you solve the shape the same way as an X Cube. You solve the white side and the yellow side. That's how you solve the shape. And then you solve the inner edge, I guess that's what you call it, like the inner edge, like this layer right here, like an X Cube. Then you solve the outer layer like an X Cube. So basically you solve an X Cube twice, basically. And that's my collection. Hope you enjoyed it.